Hey there, Darkstar here. This is SU4 beta, and working on Airbus 321 long range, and there are some long missions in here. And they're very high paying as well, so we were just looking at that one. It wasn't the longest one. Oh, I saw one that was 18 hours before. I don't know if it's still up. Yeah, 18 hours, 30 minutes. That one's only right now paying out 34. I lost my S tier rating trying out these stupid Airbus things, but that's the longest one I've seen, 18 hours, 30 minutes. But in the interest of science here, I think I'll actually take the shorter one that's paying more, 15 hours and 30 minutes. That's Newark to Mumbai. That is quite the flight. It tends to assign you this 398. I would say let's lower that to 380. 398 is what it says the max cruise is for this plane, but I've had it up at 41,000. No arrival procedure, really? You way out there, doesn't it? Okay, let's send it. Oh, this is how is this an A320 Neo? How is it going to make that long of a flight? So I don't know why, but I have terrible luck getting this plane to do things, so we'll see how this goes.
Good afternoon, everyone. So it's Mumbai today? Love the city.
Okay, so first thing we do over here.
Captain, it's Kaylin from the cabin crew. Passengers ready for boarding, Captain. Waiting on your okay.
Newark ground, Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914. Could you please get the passengers on board?
I think all we really need to do is sync this. Enter our takeoff weight here. 174.8 if you want to be that accurate, and then calculate as all this send to FMGS. And then the game freezes here for a bit. I'm not sure what's going on. So it comes back. There we go.
Newark ground, Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914. Could you please send the baggage? On the way.
Okay. So init, and then next, block fuel. I guess that does some calculation or something. And then init wind request. Perf. Confirm everything. .2 on the trim. Okay, we'll do that in a bit, I guess. I like to put 230 in here. And I'll go ahead and fill this out from this information.
Newark ground, Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914. Could you please send the catering truck?
Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914. The catering truck is on the road.
Luggage loading complete.
We'll go through the flight plan.
Newark ground, Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914, ready to copy IFR clearance to Chhatrapati Shivaji.
Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914 is cleared to Chhatrapati Shivaji Airport via the Echo Whiskey Romeo 5 departure. Ship transition, runway 22 right. Climb via SID, maintain flight level 390. Departure frequency is 119.2. Squawk 4515.
Cleared to Chhatrapati Shivaji via the Echo Whiskey Romeo 5 departure. Ship transition, runway 22 right. Climb via SID, maintain flight level 390. Departure frequency is 119.2. Squawk 4515. Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914.
Okay, while we're waiting on that to finish, let's check the flight plan. There's a manual leg. Wish this had page numbers or line numbers or something. Okay, we got a top of descent, manual, discontinuity. We can go ahead and delete that, I think. Nope. We have to delete the manual first. And then delete the discontinuity. There we go. And that's the missed approach. Okay, this cabin door doesn't seem to close properly. Let's clear this manual one. What? Well, I might have messed that up. Let's get in the air. I'll just direct to, let's go ahead and pick what waypoint we want. One thing I don't know how to do is advance that further.
Newark ground, Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914, requesting pushback.
Whoa.
Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914, pushback request accepted.
Please don't push me into a building.
Tow bar in place, Captain. Pushback complete, Captain. You're cleared to start engines.
Okay, we gotta figure out what's going on here.
Newark
Meanwhile,
ground, Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914 with Quebec, ready to taxi, IFR.
Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914, taxi to
heck?
and hold short of runway 22, right by via taxiway Alpha Alpha 1 Alpha to Alpha Tree, Romeo Charlie Alpha, Sierra Lima, Romeo cross runway, 29er Romeo Zulu. Contact tower on 134.05 when ready.
What the heck is it doing?
Taxi to and hold short runway 22 right via taxiway Alpha Alpha 1 Alpha 2 Alpha Tree Romeo Charlie Alpha, Sierra Lima Romeo cross runway, 29er Romeo Zulu, Summit Papa Tango Alpha 69er 14.
Let's go ahead and get this set up. Weather radar on, wind shear on. Flap set to 1. Trim to whatever it was, 1.5-ish or something. No, it's saying we're not going to have enough fuel. I'm guessing this will come on. No idea what's going to go on with this stuff. Let's just get out of here and head to Salem, maybe. I think lovely.
captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign, please stow your hand luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Make sure your seat back and folding trays are in full upright position. If you are seated near an emergency exit, carefully read the special instructions card located by your seat. A reminder that this is non-smoking flight, including the lavatories. If you have any questions, feel free to ask one of our attendants. Thank you.
Let's see. Okay, I think we are now ready for takeoff. Know if these should come on immediately or when the wing tanks start to be emptied. This airport is very, very bumpy and this is a long frickin' taxi. I'm gonna pause it and get to the hold short. We'll be back. Okay, we're almost there. I'm using SimRate taxi to speed this up just a little bit, but you gotta watch your speeds. Okay, I'll go back to normal rate now.
Newark Tower, Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914 at runway 22, right ready for departure. IFR to Chhatrapati Shivaji.
Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6901.
Cleared for takeoff runway 22 right. Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914.
Okay, we want landing lights on, nose to takeoff,
place your seats and table trays
strobe I'll put on,
turn off all personal electronic devices, including laptops and cell phones, and prepare for takeoff.
Flight director on. Everything is managed. Hold the brakes. Everything here looks good. Let's see. 2, 3. Okay, I think that's flex there. Everything is managed.
V1, rotate.
Okay, gear up. Autopilot on. Autopilot 1 is on. Everything is managed.
Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914, contact Philadelphia departure on 119.2. Good day.
Okay. Now we are going to try to find something to go direct to.
6914.
Back to climb, climb, throttle climb, climb. Okay, flaps coming up. Now, why is my speed not managed? I didn't do anything. Although now I want it to hold 230. Maybe that's why? I don't know. Let's hide those. There's too many of them. Good lord. That's a bug. I don't know what that thing is, but it towers above the rest of the universe. We appear to be holding around 230. Salem is up. Okay, flaps are up. Disarm, speed brakes. This is saying to go into standard too soon. Can't go ahead and do it. Fine, we're going to be climbing anyway. That marker is. I know it has something to do with speeding up or slowing down or something. Limit 250. Okay, we're above 10, so we're gonna get the landing lights off. That off, and that can come off. We're gonna leave everything else on for now. And we're gonna go hopefully managed mode. See what this thing will do. Cruise flight level above max flight level. 390. Why is 390 above 398? About done accelerating, continuing to climb at a faster pace now. Still in climb there. Throttle climb, climb. Climb mode managed 299.76. Okay. Do not want to activate approach phase yet. Cabin pressurization is climbing. Fuel, I have no idea, but let's go ahead and turn these on. Completely full. But it's saying, I believe, if I interpret this correctly, we have 56,000 pounds on board, and we're going to be minus 187,000 pounds at the destination. Is weird for a long-range craft that supposedly could do this. That range is wrong then. I don't know what long range is then. So we're clearly gonna have to do some mid-air refueling. I guess we should check that before we get too far. What if we go back to fuel here? And let's see if we do a refueling. Does it top us up? And the answer would appear to be no. We cannot refuel. I believe that they have removed add fuel quantity. Zero fuel weight here was 132,308. I'm assuming we
Captain,
can't do
our fuel
that.
gauge shows 25% left.
What? Oh, well that worked. Maybe we can refuel that way. It would appear that the add fuel quantity binding is no longer working. Now we have 58, 58. FMGC valves confirm. I don't know what that means. One thing is, once I get past a certain point, it won't let me go to that init page anymore. So I don't know how to get to any page that will allow me to set my current weight. Also make sure we're past any flight plan weirdness here. Yeah, we seem to be past it. So I don't know how to clear this now. Oh, not valves, values. Goodness. May just have to live with that. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Hey, look at that. Okay, we might have to do a couple of mid-air refuelings. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's clearly not. Well, let me look it up. I guess it isn't that long range. It's only 4,000 nautical miles according to this, 3,996. I don't know what this one was total, but yeah, 7,000. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some refueling. I'm okay with that. Okay, last check around the cabin. We can set though. Let's just do that one. Both of them point to the same thing all the time. Okay, let's sim right up. Finish out our climb here. interesting that these panels are symmetrical. So it's like airport to C-star, airport to C-star, range on the inside, rows on the outside. It does have independent left and right panels though. Whoa, that's a lot of turning there, my friend. I assume it's the sim rate thing, so I'll turn that down for a minute. What is our cruise altitude? Yeah, 39,000 feet. According to this. So from right, we're gonna have to refuel 4 times. No, that can't be right. We'll see what it is in cruise in a minute. That's climb into fuel, I bet. I hope. Climb got pretty slow here. Maybe we need to step climb it. I think if we don't step climb it, we're going to stall, is what's going to happen. I think we're too heavy for the, to climb to 39,000.
Passengers are complaining about the aircraft's abrupt movements.
What the heck?
Sorry to disturb you again, but we have a few passengers who are feeling physically uncomfortable.
Okay, that was clearly too high of a sim rate. What are we actually at here? Normal, right? Let's go direct to Michelle. Click, click. down into the stalling regime here. Okay, so cannot handle 4x sim rate, apparently. Let's do another direct. Kind of line things up. Well, that's going to make for a very long flight if we can't sim rate. Okay, well that's 2x. So what are we actually cruising at here? 430. We should get a tailwind going across. Yeah, but we're not going to hit, let's say 440. Okay, so 8 flight hours is what we're looking at right now at 2x sim rate. Okay, it's cruising at this speed here. Let's see if we can, since we're gonna have to add fuel anyway, can we go, like what if we go cost index 50 here? No real change. What if we go 100? No change, okay. Don't seem to have any cruise wind. fuel now for a while. £90 a minute. But it doesn't tell us our endurance. We want a buffer, so let's say we have 50,000 pounds of fuel divided by 90. That gives us 555 minutes, or 9 hours of fuel. Look at this now, it's saying minus 228. Which doesn't agree with this, I think. Is that if we have 9 hours of fuel and it's an 18-hour flight, that's just, we should be more like 60 or 70,000 pounds short. Okay, well, we'll be back later. We're going to cruise here for a while, and I'll check it probably every couple of hours at least. I mean, I'm just generally going to keep an eye on it, I think, and watch the fuel and see how it goes. I'll update periodically. Hey there, just checking in. We're a little past halfway now, I think. We are 8.5 hours since I started the timer. I don't remember exactly when I started that, but no more than an hour in. So I've been, you know, our ground speed changes with the winds, so I was playing around with the different times, but we're definitely looking around 15 hours total. So we were supposed, I've not made it to 39,000 feet yet. It's been a little tight on airspeed buffer here. Hoping to step climb up. Let's try 38 and see how we're looking. I've boosted our speed up like it was at that green dot there, so I added about 10 knots to it to get a little bit of buffer here. So let's see if we can do that. We still got a ways to go there before we get to Mumbai. See, this is squeezing up here a little bit more, a little bit more. One thing I found is that 3 of the NDB waypoints were, it had chosen the wrong waypoint in the world, and it was way, way off. There's going to be 38,000. We could try it. So we went from initially having I don't know what it was, 2,000 plus 1,000-pound fuel shortage. We keep going. So right now we're looking at a 14,000-pound excess, which is crazy. I suspect this plane is using way less fuel than it probably would in real life. So far, other than the one very small experimental increase in fuel, which I think was about 2,000 pounds, we've not added any other fuel. Oh man, that's putting us right there. We need just a little bit of oomph. There we go. And we got credit for it. Nice, finally. Cruise altitude. Okay, we finally made it. Yay. You can see here there's like no margin. There's no way I could have climbed this high earlier. I've been waiting to burn off fuel. Not sure yet is how do we know how much longer it's going to be, but if it's 4:37 now and we're going to get there at 9:52, so 5 hours and change probably. You can see our estimated fuel on board went way up. So let's see, if we're looking at maybe 4 hours and 38 minutes left. That would seem to be about right. So let's see. So that's going to be 20,000 pounds of fuel. 20,500, I guess. Divided by 80 pounds a minute. Divide that by 60. So 4.27 hours is what this says. At this burn rate. See what our true airspeed and ground speed is. Okay, it's hard to say, but I think that went up just a little bit as we climbed. Okay. So we'll go back to cruising here and catch up with you again in a bit. Okay, hey there, we're checking in. 11 hours and change into the flight. Things are looking okay so far. We got currently estimated fuel on board 13.3 thousand pounds somehow, despite going longer range than I think this plane is meant to go. Our speed here is pretty close to the stall speed, so I'm staying up here at Mach 8.1. Decimal 8.1, I guess. Okay, so we're just gonna continue on. Let's just take a look at our flight plan real quick. So that's our current arrival. I don't know what this little hairpin thing is here, but we'll let it do its thing. So let's see if we go up, right? So it looks like we got a start of descent just before Betku. Right there, TD at 9:29, so hour, 2.5 hours. I am doing mostly Simrate 2X, so my time it'll be approximately half of that. I'm in real time right now. Okay, we're going to carry on. I'm watching some videos to try to understand the descent phase better. I'm not sure what I need to do other than dial this down. And then I guess I need to... maybe I need to middle click it or something. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. So we'll be back. Let's go back to arc. Wide arc, that way I'm making sure we're on a viable flight plan here rather than, like, I found 3 waypoints that were incorrectly placed when we imported the plan into the plane, so watch out for those, especially on these longer flights. Okay, see you again in a bit. Okay, so I messed up and missed the top of descent, but what I did was I dialed this down and then right-clicked it, and then DES came up here. So that seems to be okay. Let's put this back in managed mode and see what it does. I meant to do that beforehand, but it kind of creeped up on me. I was chatting about other things. Skipping this waypoint here, so it's going straight to that one. Which is fine. And then Imros, Olgus. CF27, which is here at the end. So we're going to come down here, fly over, around, and back. Yep. I don't know why that mark is on there. Double check some of our altitude things here. I think we want to go all the way down to 2,900. Now what I don't know is, do I need to click it again? What? I guess. Lights. We want to get second autopilot on, LS mode. I think I'm going to try LS on here, the LS rows as well. I don't think you have to, but yeah, I think you only need the second autopilot on if you want to auto land. We're gonna try it. We have a 11,000 foot constraint here. Speeding us back up to 340 though. MROS, flight level 11,110. Oh, that's probably not where we are, we're here. I don't see a descent marker here, so I don't know why it stopped here at 2480. That's a weird place to stop. Should I click again? descending more at this point. Why do we have no CI value? Maybe it doesn't use it on descent? Done with it. Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. It up again automatically, I guess. Okay, now we have a descent marker here. Good, okay. To activate approach phase, like right in this segment here, maybe? And then of course when we get lined up, we'll activate this approach, go to autopilot 2, and let's go ahead and get seatbelts on. Let's go ahead and get our lights on. That's all we need to do for lights this time. This is good, this is good. Still looks like we're targeting a descent here. And I don't know what's going to happen. Level out, I guess. By 10:30. Let's see if that happens. this our dot? Or is that just a constraint marker? I assume we're going to zoom across to here and then slow down to this envelope 10,000. Almost there. I did do a flight plan, a sim brief flight plan on this one. I was using it to help me plan out the steps. I didn't do this like step down, step up, step down, step up. I just started out at 35, climbed to 37, and then up to 39. However, this said that we would be very, very out of fuel, and we are not. It said we needed 16,000 pounds of fuel short, I think is what it was. I would think this could be a lot more concise. But you know, it's probably meant to fit on like a teletype or something. That's probably their constraint. There's wind breakdown at different altitudes. We're done with lights, right? Until we get on the ground. Seatbelt signs are on. All that good stuff. Still in CL mode. That means contains literally everything. Activate approach, second autopilot, LS, flap deployment, gear. I think it should auto land. Override the speeds here. Can we put in like 240 slash? Oh, that did it. That's all we need. Nice. 10,000 feet before we slow down to speed here. I've got spoilers out right now. Try and slow down faster. But it is not obeying the rules here. Maybe it'll hold at 10,000? Yeah, see?
Captain, we need to maintain speed under 250 knots until
Yeah,
we're
tell the
above
plane that.
10,000 feet. Correct.
I thought it was supposed to do that automatically. Are you going to let me slow down? Well, why? I don't understand how I'm full spoilers and barely slowing down at idle engines. Why are you holding 250 knots? Should have done that earlier. So it gets a fail on auto managed speed, as far as I'm concerned. Whoa, look at that scenery. I'll leave this one a little wider. And as we get around the turn here, start doing these other things. I wonder if it's literally going to fly that hairpin thing. I guess I don't care. Slow enough to deploy flaps 1 currently. It's weird how the sound changes here and here. So much muted there. Really pretty terrain there though. What that does, but I'm trying it. I don't think I've ever seen the terrain actually come up on here. that earlier. VABB and then do the other things. We might have to do that. I don't know how to execute a go around. I'm guessing we hit a TOGA button, flaps up, gear up, flaps up. But I'm not gonna get geared down until we get cleared to land. So we could land as is on flaps 3. Lovely weather here. Love it. That's what I wish the terrain thing was actually working. Maybe it does, I do not know. Autopilot on. What were the other things we needed to do? Yada yada yada. If we're gonna go mist, let's go up to 7,500. VB, I think, is right here at the airport. Yeah. Back out over to here, I guess. That's what we would do. So we'll just loop around. Maybe even go back up to here and go all the way. Might just use heading mode first. Not yet cleared to land. This is no bueno. I don't know how we check cabin. Do we do that? Let's assume we're not going to get cleared to land here. Don't sink. Okay, we're going to go heading mode a little bit that way. Lever not inclined. back into approach mode here. Let's go ahead and go flaps 1. Kind of wacky, doesn't it? Let's maybe just go out this way. We got 1010, we got 170 at 7 for the winds. We got temp of 27 or 24. I'm gonna cheat. 28. Okay, so let's go with this 27. So I got hotter. Full flaps. 6,000. These are the speeds. It doesn't have us in like an approach mode anymore, which is really annoying. good. We'll be lined up on time. We're at 2,900. Let's keep 160 for now. Just a little further. Sure. Should be about that point right there. We're currently at flaps 3. Yep, one more. Watching the radar altimeter here in case we need to go around, but we should get cleared to land this time, I think. Good practice for a go around there. TOGA button worked, great. But I don't know how to recover after a go around, so that's something to look into. Okay, lights are good. What do we got on the panels here? Nothing is all set for landing. It doesn't have all the stuff again. Hopefully we're going to be okay. We are on the glide slope. We are on speed. Waiting for clear to land. Let's go ahead and go full flaps.
Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6910.
Clear to land.
Gate 200 at 7. Cleared to land runway 27.
Gear down.
Cleared to land runway 27. Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914.
Oh, where's our enhanced vision HUDs when we need them? One green. Two greens, three greens. We are full flaps. Signs are on. Cabin, I don't know how to check. These buttons. Okay, auto brake low. Spoilers are armed. And we are looking for a runway. We're at 800 feet. Second autopilot on. There we go. Runway in sight. 4 minimums. There's minimums, I think.
100.
Autopilot off, I think. Maybe not. Gotta get that.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. Retard.
I did.
Retard. 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 Retard.
Get any data on the brakes? 110C on the brakes. I don't know what's good. That's the first time I've ever seen the temperature on the
Papa
brakes.
Tango Alpha 6914. Contact ground
120.
on 121 decimal minor.
125.
121.9er. Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914.
130.
By ground. Summit Papa Tango
not
Alpha
holding the brakes right now.
6914. Taxi to parking.
Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914. Taxi to gate 1 using taxiway November 10 November Lima 1 Lima.
Whoa. Glitch.
Taxiing to gate
Holy
1
moly.
using taxiway November 10 November Lima 1 Lima. Summit Papa Tango Alpha 6914.
140 on the brakes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have not reached the gate yet. Please remain seated until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Thank you.
Looking at a screenshot of somebody who has 405 degrees Celsius brakes. Mine are still going up somehow. I'm not even using them. 160. Look what's going on with that. Flaps up. Forgot to get the lights. Lights, strobes off. Taxi is on. That's good enough. Shit. Sorry. We have to use those. 180 now? That's crazy. Why are they going up so much after I stopped? Okay, taxi off. That's off. Beacon stays on. Nav lights off. Engines can come off.
Captain, you managed a successful mission even with these risky conditions. Well done.
Seatbelts off. And we didn't start the APU, but that's okay. Somewhere we would probably get ground power on anyway or something. Oh, I got 100% on airline procedures. We had some issues. Prohibited airspaces, not much I could do about. That was the plane's fault in my opinion. And this was my fault because it's sim rate. But so we got an A. I'll accept that. I think we did pretty good on the brake temperatures, so. That's a nice payout. That is a nice payout. Oof, looks like we barely got an A. Okay. All right, mission complete. Catch you later.